of an NBA game. You can't get off to a 14-2 deficit and expect to win that game.
No, it's very difficult, especially when you're in the active, when Luka Doncic, one of the great stars in the game, is actively getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And Austin Reeves as well hit a couple of shots. But when you're talking about the way the Lakers started this game and the way Luka started this game, short jump shot, layup, now we're hitting three-pointers. And you start to get really warm, really fast, and the Nuggets just couldn't get him corralled at all. And then once they started to try to devote more defensive resources to him, he gets the ball out of his hands. One pass later, somebody else has a three, hence 9 3-point makes in that first quarter.
Luka with 21 of his game-high 31 in the first quarter. You know that energy that the Nuggets started with in Golden State? They just didn't have it to start the game tonight. Aaron Gordon does most of the heavy lifting with 26 points, but this is a night where MPJ's got to do more. Westbrook's got to do more. Other players who have been around the block have to do more to help Aaron Gordon.
Well, yeah, and you know, the Nuggets offensively, their problem was turnovers. I mean, you know, it's if
only 19 of them.
Yeah, I mean, they've got all the points scored off them right off the bat, and so, you know, like when you have the live ball turnovers that the Nuggets had, and they are just immediately turned over. I mean, look at this one here. They just immediately turn them into points. It just makes it very difficult, even if you're playing good offense, even if you're playing good field goal percentage offense, you are going to be hard-pressed to keep yourself close or in contact with a team that was playing as well on their offensive end as the Lakers were. And so, you know, it's been an issue for the Nuggets, though, so much this season, the turnovers and the live ball turnovers and what they do to kind of wreck what the Nuggets are doing offensively and really put games in weird spaces that they have to try to come dig themselves out of. But that was, to me, the biggest story of not just the first quarter, but the first half.
If there's any bright side with the last two games, obviously you beat Golden State without Joker and Jamal, but it shines a light on Aaron Gordon. He is the subject of our Ball All In presented by Ball Corporation. Another night where he leads the Nuggets in scoring, and he does it. Look at those three-point field, 5 of 9 tonight. He was stroking.
Yeah, this was just a total continuation of what he was doing at Golden State. And, you know, he got right to it right away with the three-point shooting and playing downhill and playing aggressively. And, you know, sooner or later, you see how wide open these three-pointers are. Sooner or later, he's not going to get wide open three-pointers when teams believe that he can make those at a very high level, which he has done the entirety of the season. But you got to love what he brought to the table today. Certainly wasn't Aaron Gordon that was the issue here in this game today. I mean, he was brilliant offensively. He just didn't have enough help.
Just needed some help along the way. The Nuggets fall in game 2 of this 4-game roadie. They're going to drop in the standing.
Fifth is that you would play the Memphis Grizzlies in the first round, and then you would have to play the Oklahoma City Thunder in the second round, and that is not the path that you want to take to get to just the Western Conference Finals, and much less the NBA Finals. And so, you know, for the Nuggets, finishing second or third really is most ideal, you know, in terms of playoff matchups and your path to a Western Conference.
Got a lot of work to do if that's what they want to end up with. Time now for Coach's Comments, brought to you by Pathwater.
46 points you guys gave up in the first quarter.
We're only talking about the second and fourth quarter, Katie.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Okay. No.
We're not talking about the first and third tonight.
Understandable.
Yeah, they jumped us. Luka jumped us. I think he had 21 in the first quarter. Had us on our heels, and I just didn't think we had the same urgency that we had to start that Golden State game. You know, to me, it was noticeable. And they jumped us and kind of you can have any game plan in the world, you get punched in your mouth. Next thing you know, you're just on your heels. And I felt we reacted for a while. There are two things that I was proud of. First half, we're down 28. We cut it to 14 at halftime. So, you know, our starters found a way to cut into that and make it respectable at the half. And then we're down 30 early in the fourth quarter, and that lineup of Jalen and Hunter and Spencer and Vlatko and PJ and Zeke was out there for a little bit. They cut a 30-point deficit all the way down to 8 with 40 seconds to go. So really, really happy and proud of those guys. Obviously, you know, we got our butts kicked overall. 19 turnovers for 30 points. That's not going to allow you to win many games, especially when you're missing a couple of key players. But just got to find a way to try to get healthy and go up to Portland.
What do you feel like you could have done differently on Luka?
Probably sending more bodies. After that first quarter, just he's so good. He's so big. He's so strong. And his, obviously, shot-making ability is just incredible. So we should have sent more bodies at him early and force other guys. And they were making threes. They made 16 on the game, but just get the ball out of his hands, not let him have a 21-point quarter. We could have done. I could have done a better job with that.
Michael, when you look at this final home stretch before the playoffs start, beyond health, what are the other points of emphasis you hope the group can sharpen up?
Well, the things that kind of jump off the stat page every night for me are our inability to take care of the ball. I think we've been a team that struggled in transition this year, and a lot of times that starts with their offense and our turnovers and our live ball turnovers. They had 14 for 18. We had 19 for 30. And on the road, and that's been a somewhat consistent theme with our team, just not taking care of it, which leads to poor transition, 3-point defense, and our defense overall. I mean, we're the number 2 offense on this season, and at game 70. We did get out and run tonight, which is great. 26 fast break points. We've been the number 1 running team. But if our defense doesn't improve, that's going to make it really hard to finish up these final 12 games on a high note. Because you consider who we're playing and the quality of opponents that we have. If we just think we're going to outscore teams or trade baskets, I know from my own track record, that's a recipe for disaster.
Hey, Michael. Aaron Gordon recently said that Russ isn't a dog; he's a wolf. Just in general, what has Russ meant to the team this season?
Are dogs and wolves related? I don't know. Like they're in the same.
They're in the same family,
right?
Yeah.
Something like that. But Russ has meant a ton. I can't sit up here and say enough good things about Russell Westbrook. And it starts way before you even look at a stat sheet. You look at his intangibles. The guy is a warrior. He's tough. He plays with an edge. He's one of the best leaders and vocal leaders I've been around in many, many years in this league. And it's not just, he doesn't bring it just like once in a while. It's every day with Russell Westbrook. And then on the court, he plays downhill. He plays with an attack mindset. And he's a winner. He's a guy that, hey, you can pick who's in that foxhole with you. I want that wolf in my foxhole. He's a guy that is going to battle and never, ever, ever take a backward step. And that's why I love the guy and I have a ton of respect for him.
Coach, you've talked about turnovers a lot. How do you solve that problem? And is there a turnover, besides live balls, is it passing? Is it traveling? Is there a certain kind of a turnover that can be fixed more easily than other turnovers? How do you get by that problem?
I think we should just come down and not pass the ball at all. If you don't pass it, just take the first shot of